Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel and being here. Really appreciate it. Hey, it's a brand new set. It is March of the Machine, and I got a chance to play in the pre-release yesterday night, Friday night. I'll also be there today, so I'm excited to try the set again in a sealed format. Wow. You know, there are a lot of bomby cards in this set, at least from what I've seen so far. And unfortunately, I didn't get very many bombs in my set that I opened up, and that's unfortunate. For me, I went 1 and 2, so I won a round and lost 2 rounds, which is a very typical result for me anyways. But man, I was like listening in, and people were getting like Elish Norns and Vorinclexes and Shieldreds and Italis. I played a guy with Itali and Skithiryx in the same deck. I was like, give me a break. This is not something that I was able to beat. I did have some, basics of sealed deck and drafting and limited play, like a good amount of removal. I had some really good removal. But when you have like Skithiryx and there are ways to recur them and just giant creatures, it was not good for me. So I'm glad I got at least a win. And let's take a look at the deck that I got. It was it was white and black. Phyrexian. That was sort of the theme. I know that white-black is a Phyrexian theme. And so I try to go into that sort of trajectory. I mean, it worked out okay. It wasn't a horrible deck. I thought it was okay, but I think the one problem I had with the deck is there wasn't a lot of top end. I had a lot of 2-drops, which is great. So if I can get them early, then I could. But if I had any kind of late game, it wouldn't work. It would not work for me. And so let's take a look at the deck and the stuff I got. All right, let's check out some of the things that I didn't use, and one of these I couldn't even use. This is a commander card. It was from the pre-release. It's Goro and Satoru. This is something that I think they give you as a bonus in the pre-release kits now, but it's not something that you can use in your deck or anything like that. So this is just an extra. I did get Rankle and Torbrand, which is something that I thought, hey, this is pretty good. 3/4, flying, first strike, haste. But I didn't end up in Rakdos, so that didn't happen. I got Fire Song and Sunspeaker. Here's another one of those pairs. Again, I wasn't in Boros colors, so I didn't do that. I got Emery. It's a beautiful Emery. But it wasn't in blue. And I got a couple of rare battles. Invasion of Segovia and Arcavios, and then I also got Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. It's got that ability, 10, sacrifice it, and then you get any number of Praetor cards and put them on the battlefield. I had no Praetors, so that wouldn't have done anything. It also has a milling thing that it can do as well. But yeah, let's get to the deck. The special foil pre-release card that I got was this one, Grafted Butcher, and this was great for Phyrexians. It's just a 2-drop, but it's a 2-drop Lord, gives all the Phyrexians +1/+1, and when it comes down, it also gives them Menace, which is pretty sweet. You can also sacrifice an artifact or creature to get this guy back to the battlefield. So, actually, really nice card, especially if you kind of go in aggro. I think like this is pretty good, which is what I was trying to do. Norn's Inquisitor, pretty cool. Another Phyrexian, just a 1/1, but it also incubates 2, so it gets a 2/2 there. For a cost of 2, of course, but not bad. Yargol, this was my top end, sadly, 9/3. That 3 toughness, man, that's terrible. Bladed Battle Fan, I just had this in because it does grant indestructible. It's kind of like it acts like a combat trick where it helps you survive. And then this is something that can be sacrificed because Phyrexians have a sacrifice theme, including creatures and artifacts, and I think this can pull double duty in those regards. Gloomfang Mauler. I never got to play this card, but it does have swamp cycling because it's a 7-drop, but you can just swamp cycle it away to get a swamp. Also has backup 2 and Menace. Unfortunately, this guy never hit the table. Seal from Existence. This is a great card. I had a couple of these. It's an uncommon removal spell. It exiles the creatures that don't stay on the battlefield, which is awesome. Of course, it does cost 2 white, so that is a little limiting. Cole Halberd. I actually never played this card. During Bond Warden, never played this card either. So I can't really talk much about it. Realmbreaker's Grasp. This is a common, similar to the other removal, except that they don't leave the board, but only costs 2. Really nice removal spell. Aetherblade Agent. This guy's pretty cool. It's a Death Toucher. It's a 1/1, so it kind of makes your opponents, pause in terms of wanting to attack into you. It can transform into a 3/3 Death Toucher, where when this thing deals combat damage, you get to draw a card, which is kind of cool. Never happened to me, though. Alabaster Host Sanctifier Lifelink. Nice to get this one down early. It's a Phyrexian, so it gets pumped with that rare guy that I got. Cut Short. This is kind of neat. You can destroy Planeswalkers with this one, but it has to be activated. So if the Planeswalker activated ability, which I guess they'll always do that, but and it has to be, it has to be on their turn, or kills a tapped creature. So I think it's pretty versatile. I like this card. This was my quote bomb, I guess. Drana and Linvala. Flying Vigilance, which is cool. Only 4 for 3/4. But activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. I feel like that's pretty strong. And then you also get all those activated abilities for yourself. So pretty fun card. Won me a game for sure. Dusk Legion Duelist. This is a rare I got. Vigilance. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Dusk League Duelist, draw a card. Never happened. Never happened. I think white and green are more of your +1/+1 things, and black's not really, doesn't lend itself to that too much. We got another Aetherblade Agent. It's the 1/1 Death Toucher we got. Drag Recycler. It's a 2-drop where you can sacrifice an artifact or creature to, make your opponent lose a life, and you gain a life. Unfortunately, like I was thinking maybe I can get a lot of incubate tokens or small equipment, but I've always only had like 2, 3. I didn't have a huge board presence ever, so this never did a whole lot. Merciless Repurposing is a nice card, 6, which is expensive, but you do get to instantly exile something and incubate 3. Tenured Oilcaster. This was actually pretty nice. It's has Menace. Also gets +3/+0 if they have 8 or more cards in their graveyard, which actually was able to happen, although it does take some time. And this helps you because whenever you attack or block, it makes players mill their cards, including yourself. Here's another Seal from Existence. This is great. And we got an Etched Familiar. This is cool. So when this dies trigger, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So you get a little bonus there. Nezumi Freewheeler. This is a pretty good card. It's the 3/3, but it costs 4. But when you transform it, it's Menace, and when this creature transforms into this side, you can put a target permanent card from either graveyard, really anyone's graveyard, with mana value 2 or less onto the battlefield. So this is strong. Good card. Scoured Barrens is just the dual land that I got. These are gain lands. Surge of Salvation. This is kind of a cool card, It grants hexproof to something, and it also helps with black and red sources as well. And lastly, Ichor Drinker. Ichor Drinker was pretty cool. Lifelink, 1/1, and then exile it from the graveyard to incubate 2. So it's a good piece of sacrifice fodder. All right, and then as a thing, when you open a pre-release kit, you get all of the. I'll give you guys a code if anyone wants a code. You can redeem that if you want. But there's a bunch of stuff that you get in the pre-release kit. So I just decided black-white was sort of my best option in there. And that's it. Can't wait for today. play again, and hopefully we'll do better than 1 and 2. And we'll let you know. So I'll see you then.